We recall that last time, David was in a serious car accident that burned his face. Worse, he has traumatic amnesia. He had to change to the Hulk to get out of the car, and that, of course, brought Jack McGee a-running. He calls the man with the bandages John because the hospital listed him as John Doe. This has not been John Doe's day because they go off in search of his identity and end up in a plane crash. Now Jack has a broken leg. His friend John has rigged up a sled for him from a piece of the plane's wing, and they're moving as quickly as they can because a forest fire is bearing down on them.
I'm telling you, you should stay off the leg.
It's all right.
No, it's not all right. All we have in the first aid kit are peroxide and Band-Aids.
Look, I'm cold, all right? I move around a little bit, it helps the circulation, all right? Besides, he's got other things to worry about now.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching him since this morning.
That wolf pack is also running from the fire. David and Jack both assume they'll be hungry, and 2 wounded humans look like a meal. They're probably right.
Well, Chief Corey, am I glad to see you.
That sounds like we've got a bad one, Bill.
Oh, you're so right. And you're just in time to start making all the hard decisions, the ones they don't pay us deputy chiefs to make.
Tell it to my wife and daughter, Hal. I had to leave them up at the cabin. This is my first vacation in 6... All right. You better give me the bad news.
Fire crews have been working steadily to try and contain the fire. At the moment, the wind is helping, but there's no guarantee that it'll keep doing it. Wind is a fickle little fella.
On the way in, I picked up Search Control's message on that downed aircraft. What's the status from our end?
No status as of yet. We don't know exactly where it went down, but it's got to be someplace in the path of this fire.
Weather still predicting snow?
Yeah, but nobody wants to say when. Could be just the thing we need to stop the fire, though.
Well, what if they're survivors from that air crash?
Freezing in a blizzard or frying in a fire. Now, there's some choice.
Right now, neither. They'll settle for a simple campfire.
I cleared the area for about 20 feet around, okay? And I found us some food.
Food? The food that you come up with in the mountains in
Right
the
here.
wintertime. What is it?
Service berries, okay?
Service berries.
Suddenly I remembered that Indians used to mix this with their pemmican.
Those little doors in your brain just keep opening, don't they?
Yeah, opening and then closing again.
Did he remember the berries but forget how to cook them? He'll come up with something.
Waiter, I would like my berries medium rare.
Ah, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
The wolves.
He's saying he wants his berries well done. I did some digging before I got to this spot to be sure I knew what I was talking about. That campfire isn't going to stop the wolves because wolves aren't naturally afraid of fire anymore. If there's enough of it, they'll show some healthy respect for it, such as running away from the forest fire, but otherwise, it won't hold a wolf back if he's decided to eat you.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
That won't hold them back for long either. They'll find a way over or through it if they want it bad enough. It's an obstacle, not a threat. Fortunately, they don't want it bad enough, so they give up and go away. For how long is anybody's guess. Right now, they're following the sled tracks, but keeping their distance. They're watching the fire as closely as John is.
Get up, I can walk! No, just stay there, Jack! No, just stay on that! I can help! Jack! No, Jack, no! Jack! can! You've got to reach!
Neither can hold on, but it's going to get worse. Jack just lost consciousness. The wolves found a way around and are waiting at the bottom of the cliff for our heroes to drop onto their plates. First, they need to get across that arroyo and away from the wolf pack. When you need to get across a chasm quickly, get yourself a Banner Instant Bridge, available wherever you see the big green guy. Across they go. Unconscious Jack goes back onto the wing, and the Hulk takes off dragging it. He's making much better time than John did. We're learning that the Hulk isn't the mindless brute that Jack and others make him out to be. He's driven by rage, yes, but once he has his revenge on whatever made him change, his mind settles down and he's able to think things through, like strapping Jack back onto the wing and heading in the right direction. These are some of the things Jack wants to know about the Hulk. Too bad he slept through the answers. As we know, even the Hulk runs out of steam eventually. When David changes back, he's always disoriented, but he has a fair idea what happened. John doesn't. But one thing is coming back to him. His fractured mind is telling him that Jack is a threat somehow. He doesn't know why, but the idea keeps hammering at him until he puts the bandages back on. For some reason, Jack doesn't need to see John's face. Jack wants to know how John moved them so far.
I must have blacked out when I came to. I don't know, my shirt was torn off my body, my pants, my shoes were gone.
Then we can't help you. No shirt, no shoes, no service.
I can't explain it. It must have blacked out. It's that simple.
Jack finds that less than satisfying, but that's okay. So does John.
I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna go get us some water.
John, be careful, okay?
Yes.
I mean, I don't have too many friends. A friend that's just look out for yourself, all right?
Jack is thinking about a lot of things and evaluating a lot of things. If he had done that 10 years ago, he might not be in this mess. As for John Doe, Jack called him a friend, but the glimpses of his memory are telling him otherwise. He still has too many gaps to sort out what it all means, so he'll go get water. And keep the mask on. A firefighter plane has finally found their wreckage. The fire destroyed everything. Searchers found the grave, and that's it.
Air 5, they may have headed up north. Why don't you go up to Quadrant 35 and see what you can see? Over.
I copy.
I couldn't swear I know a quadrant from a quagga, but north is the direction they went, so there's that. At least everyone is assuming they survived and are still looking.
I always was afraid of death. I see pictures of death, pictures of books. Always about 9 feet tall, a hooded skull and a big side. It used to scare me. So I started to think about death as just a creaky old man on a squeaky old bike just moving along. It's made it easier to think about.
And you thought about it so much because his leg is starting to get infected. Jack thinks it's gangrene.
The skin would be turning black if it was gangrenous. No circulation. And that's why we have to get to town before gangrene does set in.
Why don't you just cut it off? Why put off till tomorrow what you can cut off today?
Okay, Jack, we'll cut it off. With what?
It's shifting again, Bob. Getting awful close to that cabin of yours.
No, Helen's all right. She has a radio. She'll know when to get out. Betty, radio my wife. Call letters India Bravo Echo 6.
India Bravo Echo 6.
She's not answering. It won't take long for Bob to follow everybody's advice and get up there. Meanwhile, Betty will keep trying.
You know, you should see the map that I got back at the office, John. It's full of pens. Red pens and white pens, little green pens, like a crazy war game. Every place that the Hulk's been seen. The Hulk even saved my life once. It was an accident, of course.
When, Jack? Where?
It was in Las Vegas. I was out there staying at the,
Sahara Hotel.
Yeah.
How did John know that? He has no clue.
And he just wandered off into the night. Like I said, it was an accident. Where are you going?
I'm gonna check that stream we've been following, get some more water.
John?
What he wants is to check his reflection in the water.
And the walls came tumbling down.
I'm Dr. David Banner, and I'm the creature.
He also remembers why he avoids Jack McGee. Back goes the mask.
Oh, where were you? I was starting to get worried. What's the matter? What are you looking at me like that for?
I told you not to move around, Jack. You've reopened that wound.
Yeah, for now we'll go with that. Later we can talk about how your reckless assumptions took his life from him. We discovered last time that nobody, including Jack, knows he caused the fire, but John has lots of other gripes with Jack. By the time they reach a hill where they have to abandon the sled, Jack is delirious enough that he's ready to give up and go meet the creaky old man on the bicycle. Or the old man on the creaky bicycle, whatever he said.
If you let up now, Jack, you'll never find the Hulk.
The Hulk? That's another lost cause. Might as well be 1,000,000 miles away.
But what if he wasn't? What if you knew where he was? I mean, what if you knew the secret, close enough to touch?
It won't work, John. You're not gonna psych me up again.
The Hulk, Jack. Look, think about it. What if you had the Hulk
Wouldn't it mean a great deal of money to you? You could exploit all the publicity that the creature had to offer.
Trying to make me mad. It's working. What the hell do you think I am?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
This is great. David gets to confront his greatest adversary and make him lay his cards on the table. And he gets to do it anonymously.
Why do you want the Hulk so badly?
Because the Hulk means escape. Get it?
Okay, Jack, lay it out for him. No dodges, no half-truths. Let's have it. Why are you persecuting this creature?
It's the biggest story of the 20th century. You could pick up a Pulitzer for journalism. More important, I could get off of the register. I could stop banging out pap for the supermarket masses. I could get my column back, write real stories, important stories. I could be somebody.
I pity anybody who bases their self-worth on their job or career. 2 generations of educators caused it. For decades, it was go to school so you can get a job, 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 get a job. Why don't you get a job? Get a job, get a job, at the expense of everything else. That was supposed to be the focus of your life. If you had a good job, you done good. If you didn't done good. That meant you weren't as worthwhile as those who did. It was never stated explicitly, but we heard the message. Some of us heard it too clearly. Jack would be about the same age I was at this time, but he didn't manage to break out of that mold like I did. In my case, thanks to ADD, I've never held a regular job more than 3 years, so I've had to diversify. I've been everything from a fence post setter for one day to a library worker. Jack could benefit from a little ADD.
And what happens to the Hulk?
I don't... Probably just what you said would happen. My paper bleeded dry. They'd have the world's biggest freak. They'd pull out all the stops, all the hoopla, the exploitation, the whole King Kong sideshow.
But the Hulk saved your life. You told me so yourself. Don't you think you should help it?
Yes. But you gotta choose. That's all life is, you know, my friend. Just choosing. It's you or the other guy.
He's been chiding John for not abandoning him and saving himself. I thought he was delirious. Nope, that's who he is.
What do you expect? What do you want me to do, John? Find the Hulk and walk away? You're kidding.
Yes, I guess I am.
He dared to hold out some hope for Jack. Still, he will get him out of here.
Jack! The road! Yeah! How many yards is the road? Come on! No, Jack! Jack, it's too hot down there. We're gonna have to find another way. Sit down! Sit, Jack! Come on! Easy. Okay, I'll be right back.
After everything he's learned about Jack this trip, he really expects him to stay put. Maybe they're both a little delirious.
Jack, no!
We know what it's going to take to get Jack out from under there. The only question is, will Jack stay awake for this one?
John, what is it? What's wrong?
I'll give our director a bonus for that one. That's the kind of sight that can haunt your nightmares.
Oh, my God. Get away! Get back!
He knows what the Hulk looks like, and he knows this is the Hulk, so I'm wondering what he expects to see. That's right, your friend, benefactor, and saver of your life is also the Hulk, who is also a saver of your life, as you mentioned. You'd think that would tell him something, but this is Jack McGee.
John! No. John! Can you understand? John!
He might be able to if you said something besides, John, 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 John.
And then we tried the south access road, but look out! Ah!
What's that?
Oh, Bob, quick, turn around! Oh, Bob, what is it?
I don't know, but we're getting out of here just as soon.
They are not paying attention. They haven't noticed what he's holding. No, you're not leaving until you hear him out. As usual, the mature one of the group has to take charge.
Dad, that man's hurt.
Oh,
Tammy!
my God, Bob, stop her!
You see, Dad, he wants us to help him, you see?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Of course she's right. I told you she's the mature one of the group. Now let go of her so she can handle this.
It's okay, we'll help him.
He should look over at Screamy Mommy and give her a wink. He may not know how to do that.
John! Wait!
It's okay, mister. You're all right now. It's okay.
John!
As we know, David leaves people better than he found them, such as those parents who will think twice before they panic so quickly. Some are more difficult than others, and then there's Jack.
Mark, this guy changes into the Hulk. He changes. That's how the Hulk gets from place to place. I don't know what man. All I know is that I was with him for almost a week.
Dr.
No,
Sherman,
that
208.
No, his face was bandaged. Damn it.
Mark doesn't believe him. He's happy with the Hulk stories the way they are, and he thinks Jack is making something up, probably to get a bigger expense account.
Mark, listen. There is a man out there who physically changes into a monster. Now, I don't care if you believe it or not. I know that it's true.
Nurse Caldwell,
I know it's true. I know it's true. I know it's true. I'll find you yet, John Doe. You'll believe me then.
Then David did leave Jack better than he found him. The fact that he's so frantic to be believed tells me David punched him hard right in the integrity. We know Jack goes to great lengths to make sure that what he writes is as true as he can prove. Integrity matters. That's why he wants to be a quote-unquote real reporter again. Remember when he ripped into that other guy for taking what Jack called the cheap shots? A man of true integrity would stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves, such as intelligent animals and such as the Hulk. He asked if he's supposed to find the Hulk and then walk away. No, but he could go find a different rabbit to chase and leave the Hulk in peace. He could catch up with him, get his story, and not tell anybody where he is. He could shut up and enjoy the attention from that nurse. But I'm not convinced Jack fully understands what women are.
I try to think of girls as sort of round men.
I thought so. Probably to get a big